Welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. We just went through our first mission. We have 2% Necron Awakening, and we're going to be jumping into another deployment today. First things first, though, we're going to actually upgrade both of our tech priests here. And originally I was going to upgrade the servant protocol here, which will upgrade our troops, but I'm actually going to go ahead and go into the Dominus again and get the first body part. So basically we unlock augments. There are 4 augments per each discipline, and the Dominus is the one that I like the most for the leg augments because it gives us +3 movement, and that's gonna probably change later. Like, we won't need movement later, but for right now that's really good for us. And so if we go ahead and unlock that, it unlocks an augment capacity and gives us the legs, and then we just have to make sure to equip those. Make sure you equip those are not automatically equipped. But with that we get +3 HP, so we now have 13 hit points and 3 movement, which will be really, really nice, and I want to do that for both of my guys. This will make like getting around a little easier, and that sort of thing, and it's very, very useful. Now we don't have enough to upgrade to the next level for either of those, but that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the works of the enemy. Skitarii in the tomb of Acropus have encountered a destroyer form of Necron that uses anti-gravitational technology. Tech Inquisitor Scaevola has requested a cohort engage Necron destroyer so this technology can be studied. And we're gonna get an Energia enhancer, which will give us plus energy damage for 1 round, but will also increase our cognition size, which is really important. We only have 4 right now, and we really want to get some more of that. We get some Blackstone, which we need. We're going to be fighting flayed ones, apparently, Necron warriors and Necron destroyers. This is going to be our group for a little bit, so just so you know, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Cant of the Craft because we unlocked that last time, which will give us some additional physical damage if we need it. I think, actually, before we run into this, I believe if we do 3 missions without using a canticle, we'll get a higher version of the Cant of the Craft. Not really something I worry about too much right now, but really, really useful if that's what you want to go for. Alright, let's go and grab everybody and deploy. Reports received from Subdomina Kepra, synopsis follows. Heavy resistance, minimal gains, mounting casualties. Confirm yes or no? Correct. There have been setbacks. Our troops have encountered a new Necron warform. Reaction equals delight! Pray, Tech Inquisitor, explain. Enemy warform, provision designation destroyer, anti-grav technology confirmed. Explorator request file accessed. Anti-gravitational technology is an area Stygius 8 Magoses have requested as high priority. Study of provisional designation destroyer, desirable, necessary, and sacred duty. And you would be famed throughout Stygius the 8th for exploiting this technology. Statement agreement. Request formulation follows. Commence deployment immediately. Scaevola is probably one of my favorite tech priests because she is just so much. A concentration of Necron destroyers is playing merry hell with our Skitarii units in the tomb of Acropus. They are highly mobile and heavily armed weapons platforms. Taking them on is dangerous in the extreme. Reason to observe them. Our troops possessing such technology extrapolated to conclusion greatly increased battlefield effectiveness. I was raised to see that as dangerous thinking, Magos. Put such piety aside for now, Subdomina. Is the cohort ready to advance? They are. I have plotted the likely location of the destroyer units. They are somewhere within this complex. The fortune of Mars be with you. Alright, well, let's take a quick look about where we need to go. We need to go here. And I think the best way to go is going to be to go through this route right here. Though we could make a turn here if you want to go through the glyphs. I want to go through this with the least amount of awakening as I can, so let's see if we can do that. The Lives of the Logic Saints, Psalm 61. Even in death, our duty is not complete. Alright, so what do we got here? We got a mortally wounded Skitarii lies on the floor of this chamber, his torso laid open by Gauss fire. He was evidently caught in a firefight and left behind when his unit fell back. It is likely the Skitarii were attacked by Necron destroyers. This Skitarii might have witnessed their tactics up close, so we can download, demand, or do deliverance, which is to give medical assistance. So download would give us cognition, demand would give us awakening, and deliverance would give us awakening and would up the initiative of the Necron. So we're gonna go ahead and download. The cohort itself, the cohort inserts a data probe into the dying trooper's cortical port. The shock of extracting the data of his final moments finishes him off, but the cohort requires several minutes worth of data showing the destroyers emerging from the shadows in perfect coordination and unleashing a fatal crossfire. They are heartened that the trooper was able to share this knowledge even at the moment of death. And we get 2 cognition points. Well, let's go ahead and keep going. Direct request, bring it to me, and direct request. Thanks for that. The cohort finds a sarcophagus containing a Necron destroyer that seems inert. It may have malfunctioned and failed to respond to the tomb's awakening protocol. So we can trash, tag, or take it. All right, in this case, sorry, I wanted to actually get into my notes here. The take would up awakening and lower hit points. Tag would give us cognition points, and trashing it would give us cognition and Blackstone. So we're gonna go ahead and just trash it. The cohort easily destroyed the sarcophagus, ensuring that this Necron will never awakening. The explosion of the demolition charge used alerts nearby Necrons, but valuable components and materials can be salvaged from the shattered machinery, and we get 2 cognition points and 47 Blackstone. Totally worth it if you can do that. All right, let's go ahead and take this. Transmission origin equals Necron. Xenos language study opportunity. Request study. Hark not to the aliens' words, lest ye unknowingly repeat them. True that when Archmagos Ventaris Halen wrote it, Magos, true today. This chamber is bathed in a constant data flow transmitted by the tomb's own awakening protocols. This transmission must be of Necron origin. So we've got decode, which is awakening, and cognition, which we don't need. Delegate, which is awakening, and dismiss, which is also cognition points. Now we have full cognition, so if I click on dismiss, we should get Blackstone instead. Fantastic. All right, let's save before we go into this for a particular reason, and I'll meet you inside the battle. Intrigue. Most interesting. Not all forms are humanoid. Logging data, Centurion form, gravity defying. The Xenos show that they are more alien than we originally thought. Text of the oiled cog V12 states one can verge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity or be lost to the men of iron and their ways. We don't mean to diverge from the discussion, but what are these Iron Men? Unclear. This text was logged many millennia ago. There's no reference to them in my cogitators. Keep focused, brothers. We have a new enemy afoot, and we must ensure they do not surprise us with any new trickeries. Be alert and focus. Yeah, I think I actually really enjoy the fact that they don't fully understand like what their texts are really talking about. Actually, let's actually go ahead and bring out a servitor. I want to bring out 1. Now what should happen, we're gonna have a few enemies to fight, and it looks like we've got a Necron warrior and a destroyer. Now the destroyers get to go twice because fine, that's fine. I want to start moving to the left here. Well, we're gonna want to take out the destroyer ASAP if we can. Additionally, I want to make sure we grab this little scanner here. Let's go ahead and turn for now. The servitor, I want to head in that way if I can. And I want to go ahead and bring this guy out as well. Now, I could scan this guy if I really wanted to, but I'm actually going to go ahead and pass. I'm going to scan this. because I want to get that extra cognition. Now we can't really do anything here, so let's just go ahead and wait. Now the destroyer, if I remember correctly, should kind of get stuck back there, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, he just moved. He's trying to get to us, ultimately, is what he's trying to do. And we don't really want to let him do that. Let's go ahead and delay the turn for now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my servitors around. Now, real quick here, just to note this, our servitors will be one-hit kills for the destroyer, which is gonna be a pain, but we should be okay. Let's go ahead and delay turn. I wanna delay the turn because I actually want this guy to move forward. You just stay in there, would you? And I'm gonna bring my tech priests forward. Now I can't see how much damage I'm doing against this guy, which is kind of annoying, to be honest, but that's gonna be okay because I kind of have an idea. Oh, there we go. I think our blast pistol actually reveals this target statistics, so that works out great for us. I'm gonna come around the corner here. Now, he does have 6 more hit points. You think we can do at least one here? Fine. I want to take out this Necron warrior if we can. Now, unfortunately, we're going to be going into the next set of Awakening, which will, yeah, give us extra Necrons in battle, which means that we should get some Scarabs spawning over here and another Necron warrior, which is kind of a pain. But we're just gonna have to make do. I'm a little low on cognition for right now, so I'm gonna wait. These guys are gonna come over here. Oh, beautiful. Where are they going? Oh, they're gonna attack our servitor. Oh, they do acid damage. No, I forgot about that. I don't get hit by the scarabs very often. This time it's unlucky, but they do have a tendency to do that sort of damage. All right, let's see if we can't, really? It would be really useful if you did 3 points of damage right here. It's fine, all right. Let's move out of the way and turn. Now, I want to take out these scarabs if I can. Get rid of them. Now, the nice thing about the scarabs is when you hit them, they fall apart, so you can kind of see how few left you've got. All right, let's pull this one servitor back a little bit. There we go. Take some acid damage. It's probably gonna kill him if the enemies don't already kill him, so that kind of sucks. All right, let's go ahead and take this guy out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and finish him off. Cool. Now with that, let's go ahead and grab some cognition. Now we're gonna go ahead and head around the corner starting this next round and go from there. Let's go ahead and wait. I'm gonna have hopefully have the servitors, more scarabs. Hopefully have the servitors take out some of those Necron warriors, but we're not doing great at the moment here. Let's go ahead and start with a servitor. Let's go ahead and bring both of our servitors out. We're gonna send them that way. I'm not gonna be able to reach right off the bat, but I want them to distract so we can finally get these guys around the corner to take out the destroyer, but you know, that's going well. Are the scarabs gonna be able to reach us? No, thank goodness. All right, well, let's go ahead and bring this guy out here and see if we can't just take them out. Good. Now we do need to be somewhat cautious as we're coming out here against the destroyer because, well, I'm gonna wait for this guy because we can't quite get there. All right, let's focus. Now we do have this charged, so we should be able to do quite a bit of damage. We're probably gonna lose at least one of these guys. Okay, there's one down, so that's good news for us. We're probably gonna lose that guy. He's probably gonna... Oh, no, we're not gonna lose him? Okay, let's see here. Let's kind of move forward a little bit. Let's see if I can't. Hoping this guy will stay in that corner. Goodbye. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, a crit too? Well, that was rude. We're gonna see if the destroyer stays there. Okay, good. I want the destroyer to stay there. Now we're not gonna quite be able to reach with these servitors, but that's okay. Now these guys are, unfortunately for them, exactly what I think of when I think of cannon fodder. And I feel bad for them. All right, we're gonna delay that guy because we can't really do much else. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. I want that cognition. And let's move him back slightly. I'm hoping maybe they'll focus on one of the other ones. All right, let's see. If I come around the corner here. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sneak around the corner. First of all, I'm gonna get the blackstone from that. I'm gonna wanna destroy that as well, most likely, so that I can have a little bit more, a few more turns in order to deal with this. But first things first, let's do as much damage to the destroyer as we can. And I wanna move this guy back into here if I can. And I wanna start by grabbing a little bit cognition. And then I'm gonna use that cognition to shuffle back around the corner. Sweet. Now this guy, please focus on someone else. Okay, I just want the 3 bodies at this point. They don't, like, we don't take any blackstone down, like no blackstone pain. What's the word I'm looking for here? Okay, let's go ahead and send this guy out here and do more damage against this guy. And I want to use our servo skull to grab more cognition here. We're actually doing all right, I think. Let's head back around the corner. Okay. We should be okay. I do want to, like I said, I do want to knock that down if we can. Have a little bit more time. Take... I don't want to take 3 when going into the next deployment. 3 awakening. Alright, we're going to take this guy out. Though the destroyer may turn against these guys, we're going to find out here real quick. Are you serious? Just die. Okay, no, this is good. Let's go ahead and send this guy out here. He might be able to take the destroyer down, actually. Which would be really nice. Okay, that's good. So now that we've taken out the destroyer, it becomes kill all enemies. We can see what enemies we need to kill. I'm gonna leave this guy over here for right this second. Let's wait on that guy. Now the reason I want to wait. Ooh, we're kind of low on cognition here. Let's go this way. I want to take out this to show you guys what happened. Well, I think I have showed you guys what happens, haven't I? So I technically don't need to do that because this is the kind of the final battle anyway. So let's see if I can't take out the Necron warrior. Are you kidding me right now? Die! So there we go. Alright, so that ends this battle, and we only walked away with 2 awakening, which is not bad. I think that actually puts us at the correct level that we wanted to be at. Cohort withdraws from the tomb having experienced the prowess of the Necron destroyers firsthand. If nothing else, the Adeptus Mechanicus have learned of the stark dangers these Necron warforms pose. So these guys, we didn't get to see any damage that they do, but they do like 6 to 7 points of damage against us right now. They really hurt. Anti-gravity comprehension index plus 3.9%. Projected beneficiary Adeptus Mechanicus. I am focused on matters much closer in space and time, Scaevola. Retrieving Tech Acquisitor's statement of purpose to perceive the grander picture, to strive to acquire and understand for the benefit of all mankind. Be that as it may, I am more interested in how your studies will help our mission on Silva Tenebris. Platitude mode, trust in the scientific method, Majos. End platitude mode. Can you not? That's hilarious. Alright, so we walked away with no damage to our tech priest. We did lose some of our troops, but since they're servitors, I don't care. And the destroyers actually give us quite a bit of blackstone, so that's great, but we've upped our cognition gauge size as well as gotten some new stuff as well as some blackstone, and we are at 4%, which is right about where I expected us to be, so that is good. Also, we didn't use any canticles, so we unlock the Cant of the Craft, which is the next level of the Cant of the Craft, so we get 6 physical damage. Now, one of the things to note here, let me actually show you guys. We actually have both Cant of the Craft, so we can actually equip those. Totally worth doing it if you've got it. Like, use your canticles. I'm kind of holding off because I do want to get the 3rd level of that canticle if I can. It's not like super useful or anything when it comes to like the long-term game, but short-term, very, very useful. So just a heads up. Now, I'm going to be designating our Majos here as our Dominus Tech Priest, and I'm going to be going all the way through the list with him, so I do want to go ahead and get the Attack Protocol Servo Skull, which deals 1 damage to target. So if we scan an enemy, we will also deal 1 damage to the target. And that gives us 1 more augment to do whatever we want with, and I want to equip the Power Axe on him. Eventually I will remove the Power Axe because he's going to be far more useful with ranged only weapons, but for right now, that works for him. Now for the other guy, I'm going to start going down the Lex Mechanic route. I want to grab the Enhanced Analytics, which will generate 1 cognition at the beginning of the unit's turn if the gauge is empty. I really like the Lex Mechanic path because at the end, you get a chance to fill the cognition gauge, and then if you get hit by an enemy, you gain 1 cognition point, which we're going to be taking damage throughout the game, so that's actually really useful. But filling the cognition gauge for free basically is a game changer. So this is going to be extremely important for us to get through pretty soon. And I also want to equip the Power Axe on him. Now, for melee isn't terribly useful to start off with, though if you do get up in your enemies' faces, they tend to have to move away, like the Necron warriors and some of the other enemies that only have ranged weapons do have to move away. Like, you cannot do ranged attacks when you are being engaged in melee, so that makes it really nice to kind of get an opportunity attack in there, but it's not like super great if you're just kind of like you're trying not to take damage, because sometimes they do a lot of damage and you just kind of want to avoid that. So my kind of at the beginning of the game, my goal is to kind of like shoot and run, kind of create like kind of hide behind things, create kind of a harder pathway for them, and then kind of corner the enemy. It does kind of give some extra awakening sometimes, but I've largely figured out how to do that, and so we don't take a lot of damage. But if you want to use melee, get in their faces and really just kind of like create, so because if they move past you, they have to do it. You can do an opportunity attack, so really useful to do that if that's the path you want to take. It's up to you. I think I've talked enough. Next time we're going to be continuing, I believe, in Scavola's path and going to be going into, or maybe we're doing Vidix's, I'm not sure which. We're going to be doing both of these guys' path till the end so I can get both endings. But for now, I believe we're going to be going through Scavola's to do whatever the heck she wants us to do. So I will see you guys next time.